seemed like the most kind of spirited ending there. What did you kind of get from the last?
Well, I thought we worked a real sudden change situation there, and you know, for the last probably 20 minutes of practice, and it was kind of how we respond after getting a turnover, or for the defense, what happens if the offense turns the ball over. And it got pretty competitive. I thought it was a good period. We got to work different groups in there and made some plays. I thought, you know, really all in all in practice, I thought we threw the football. This was probably our best day of throwing the ball down the field, making plays. I thought this was probably Jake's best day. You know, still a couple throws here and there I'm sure he'd love to have back, but made some plays. And when we didn't make some plays, there was a couple pass interference plays that's the benefit of throwing the ball down the field, to create those opportunities. So I thought that was a key factor in the practice as well.
Every time I looked up, it looked like Jesse Collier was running down the field.
Yeah, he had a great practice. If you wanted to give an MVP to somebody today, it was probably 24. He great practice, running the football, and you know the subtleties that sometimes can get missed. I thought he pass protected extremely well today, and did a couple things just getting out in space and making people miss like he can do really well.
You mentioned the pass blocking. Yeah, I mean, is that a concern with the two freshmen running backs?
Well, I think it is anytime you have young backs. You know, I don't know how many guys in high school are asked to really pass protect, you know, not just against blitzing backers or secondary guys, but understanding defenses and where people are coming from and schemes. And so they've come a long way. I think for them, the value of being here in spring ball was huge. So they've been able to take advantage of that.
How far ahead are they been since they were in spring ball?
Well, extremely. You know, you think about the installation; they're getting it already for the second time. Where most true freshmen, this is their first time. So, I think they're ahead from a mental point of view, and they're a little bit ahead. They understand. They know what to expect. They understand that the heat and the pressure of the intensity of practice, and they're not awed by it.
Nate Williams didn't appear to be.
No, we just gave him the day off. Okay. We gave he and Chris Polk the day off. And you're going to see that out of us periodically. It's a little bit of an NFL style approach where our veteran type guys are going to get a day off to keep them fresh, and it allows our young guys to play with the ones. Sean Parker played the whole day with the ones at safety, and it got Jesse Collier and Deontay Cooper, more carries with the ones than they would normally have had.
How do you think Sean did?
I think he was up and down a little bit, a little hit or miss, but you're only going to learn playing at that speed and that tempo of making your plays, and did some good things, had a couple sacks coming off the edge. He's a very talented pass rusher, we're learning that, but a couple coverage things that he'll learn to get better at.
And Ben Riva?
Ben wasn't feeling very good.
It seemed like last year you had some select seniors that were the obvious leaders, Butler and Tim Nash and stuff. How is this year's team different with so many guys, kind of vocal guys?
I think there's some natural leadership that has taken place in, on defense, in Court Dennison and Mason Foster and Nate Williams. I think those guys have natural leadership. Some younger guys have stepped up. Desmond Trufant has really become a leader already on this team. I think Alameda is assuming a leadership type role. Everett Thompson, great leadership guy on the defense side of the ball. And offensively, as subtly as he does it, Jake's a tremendous leader. But what Jermaine Kearse brings, what Ryan Tolar brings, what Senio Calamente brings, those guys provide a great deal of leadership as well.
With full pads today, anybody jump out at you, just thumping out there?
I thought Ryan Tolar showed his grit today. He's kind of the cagey veteran, senior offensive lineman, a little bit nasty. I thought he showed his grit today. That'd be the first guy that jumps out at me.
Seems like you might be moving some guys around in that offensive line.
Yeah, we're trying to mix guys up to make sure they're ready. Injuries here or there can occur, and we don't want the first time we put them in there to be in the second quarter of a ball game. We want to give them their opportunities now and work out some of the issues that might be there.
Was there something that you saw in Skyler to move him to the left side as opposed to the right side?
I think it was more of getting Colin in at right guard and getting him opportunities at right guard than so much of Skyler.
Okay. There are a lot of players that if they had the media hype that Jake's kind of going to New York and stuff, you would try and shelter him from it. But it seems like he's the kind of guy you don't have to do that because of his personality.
No, I think we're going to monitor it. I don't know if shelter is the right word, but we're going to monitor it. I mean, we're not going to make this guy, be on college football live every day of the week. He's going to have his opportunities, and we'll maximize those opportunities. But at the end of the day, what matters is what he does on this field, not what he's doing in a studio or on a radio or in an interview, things of that nature. It's about what he's doing out here. So that's priority. And secondly is finishing schoolwork and getting his degree. And thirdly is taking advantage of some of these media opportunities for him.
So when you guys start playing, it may be a deal where you really kind of cut back. And
It'll be down to 1 day a week. You'll have access to him 1 day a week.